aspect, and I'll bring you in MN Singh. I just want you to listen to the way it's also playing out, because clearly in Mumbai there are wheels within wheels. Now you've got Sharad Pawar, Nawab, Malik, who in the last few days, NCP leaders who've also been speaking on the case, and they've tried to argue that in some way Shah Rukh Khan's son was being fixed because he was Shah Rukh Khan's son. And they've got the likes of Mehbooba Mufti, who've unfortunately even brought in the angle that perhaps because he's a Khan, i.e. a Muslim, that's why he was being fixed. Listen in to them, and I want you to respond. How politicians also are playing this case out at the moment. Listen in.
मुंबई पोलिस राजकोट शिक्षा विभाग आहे त्यांनी जे कॉन्फिस्केशन केलं, जे काही पकडलं, त्याचा एकंदर प्रमाण हे केंद्राच्या एजन्सीच्या पेक्षा कितीतरी अधिक होतं. आणि त्यामुळं त्याच्यातून एक गोष्ट संख्येला जागा अशी येते की राज्याची एजन्सी ही दिलेलं काम प्रामाणिकपणानं सखोलपणानं करते, आणि ही जी सेंट्रलची एजन्सी मुंबईची जी आहे ती आम्ही काहीतरी करतो या संबंधीचं रेकॉर्ड सरकारला देण्याच्यासाठी जे काही करावं लागेल तेवढं सीमित काम करतात का काय, अशी शंका त्या एकंदर क्वांटमवरनं ह्या निश्चितपणानं त्या ठिकाणी येते.
जिस तरह से केंद्रीय एजेंसी का इस्तेमाल करके, चाहे वो इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट हो, ईडी हो, सीबीआई हो या और कोई डिपार्टमेंट हो, उसका गलत इस्तेमाल करके नेताओं को डराने की कोशिश की जा रही है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी हो, केंद्र की एजेंसियों का दुरुपयोग जो हो रहा है उसके खिलाफ डट के खड़े रहेंगे, और कितनी भी कार्रवाई कर ले, सरकार 2 साल पूरा करने जा रही है, सरकार 5 साल पूरा करेगी. कितना भी डराने का प्रयास हो, हम डगमगाने वाले नहीं है.
Do you believe, MN Singh, in your long experience, that the Maharashtra politicians put pressure on the police in these high-profile cases to take one side or the other? Here you've got ruling NCP politicians attacking a central agency. Do you believe this is a bad practice, bad precedent?
Well, that is a political thing. It's difficult for me to comment on that, Rajdeep, but I don't see any evidence except for suspicion. There is no evidence to suggest that government of India as such is after this or chasing these people. That is a little far-fetched, and that everything is being made given a political color. But coming to the case per se, I'm sorry, the audio was so bad that I could not hear what Mr. B.B. Singh had to say. But let me tell you my impression about this case. First of all, I do not know what is the case against Aryan Khan. What sections of this law has been applied? Because there is no recovery from him. He was not found to have consumed. He was simply on the cruise with some friends, from one of whom some drug has been recovered. Now that itself does not mean anything as far as Aryan Khan is concerned. There is no case against him, in my opinion. Now, after 1 week, the NCB has come with a different story altogether. That they are investigating some international linkages and supply and financing and all that, which seems to be a very belated kind of a thing. And now, if that is so, then it becomes a very serious matter. But to me, as it looks like, that they had thought of the plot first, and they are now trying to collect the evidence and trying to build up a case. So this is already, I mean, I'm
they are
sorry.
Claiming they have WhatsApp chat. They are claiming they are basing this near. They are claiming that it is WhatsApp chats which they are using to suggest that Aryan was in connection with foreign suppliers.
Let me tell you, for 1 week, the NCB in the court, whenever the bail matter came, did not present anything other. They are only saying that they are trying to connect the linkages, they are trying to collect this and build up the case. Now, after 1 week, they are putting up a story. But what is the basis of that story? One WhatsApp this thing, some messaging between Aryan Khan and others. It is not an evidence. You can't just lock up somebody like this and then start investigation and trying to build up a case. As I said, it seemed that they had already conceived of a plot, it looks like, and they are now trying to collect evidence. And there has been a lot of other suspicion which has been also created in this case. Like, for example, getting some political party workers as punch witnesses in the case, and the way these some BJP fellows were holding this Aryan Khan and dragging him like policeman, it is something I think if the NCB fellows have done it knowingly, then they were being very foolish. And if they did not take care to select a proper pancha, then again I would say they have been very foolish, because that creates a lot of suspicion in the minds of the people. Every investigation must be very fair. Not only fair, it should seem and look like being fair. It is not enough simply to keep on denying and telling to the court, we want more time, we want. But there is a young boy, 22 years old, but what is the case against him today?
You made that point.